Hey guys, it's Roxanne from RoxanneLynch.com. Hey, how are you doing today? Okay, I want to talk about Suckville, the absolutely worst thing that I know that I do to myself, and that's why I want to talk about it, because procrastination is a killer. It is a killer within our businesses, it's a killer within our relationships, it's definitely a killer within our lives and our goals and our hopes and our dreams, okay? Because if we are dealing with procrastination, if it is part of our life in any aspect, and there's a lot of aspects that I want to share about tonight, but I promise I'll try to keep it as short and sweet as I can. But this is a super important topic, I thought, especially close to the middle of the month. We're coming into the middle of the month. There's a lot still to do for coming up in a month end. There's a lot of momentum and a lot of goodness, but I know that there's some women that are procrastinators, and they think that they can do everything within 25 days in the last 5 days of the month, okay? And myself past included. So I want to share some ideas with you guys. This is what I love to do. You guys know that my name is Roxanne Lynch. I love to show up a little bit every day somehow to shake up our thoughts a little bit, get some different results within your businesses, get some momentum, get some traction. So whether you're with me and my team within social retail or your own beloved business, I know that there's enough sunshine out there for everybody to have some successes. All right, so let's say hi to everyone first. Good morning, or good evening, wherever you're coming in from. I want to pop into this, and I'm going to be very honest, actually. I'm going to share some personal aspects within myself and my own business and life over the years of, and this is being pretty raw, because you know what, I want you guys to make sure that you guys know that I'm a real woman. I fall down and I get up all the time, okay? So I know that there's so many things within my life. I am not a procrastinator. I am never late to pick someone up. If I say I'm going to meet you at the lunch spot at 12, I'm going to be there at 11:55. I'm never late for chiropractors, doctors, parents' appointments, never. I'm a keener and I'm early, okay? But there's some areas within my business and my life that I still struggle with sometimes with procrastination, and not for the regular reasons that you would think. It's because honestly, growing up as a country girl, I had this belief that good girls didn't finish first. Good girls don't win. Even though, like, so many times I remember my parents and my family saying, like, Roxanne, good girls can be first. Good girls can win too. But I never believed that within myself. So there was I do a lot of reading, and it's something I still invest in myself. I do a lot of reading and pouring into myself when it comes to feeling scared or feeling undeserving of success or undeserving of feeling worthy or that self-belief. But every time I feel those feelings, I think that's why I am such a cheerleader within women's lives, because I think that was one of the things I remember my grandma saying to me. Roxanne, she says, the more you can help others, the more you're going to help yourself. The better you can make other women feel, the better you're going to feel yourself. And that is your path to success. That is your path to your own life and self wins, is from your servant helping heart. You're a blue personality and you like to go and have fun, but you also have such a yellow personality, and you have to know that yellows deserve winning too, okay? Yellows deserve to be winning too. But there's some other things. It's like I was always scared of failing. I was a perfectionist, and perfectionists, as we know, are pretty much control freaks. Being the eldest sibling of the three of us with my middle brother and then my younger sister, I was always scared of failing. I was always scared of doing something wrong, because all my siblings looked up to me. My little sister was 12 years younger than me, and my little brother, he was always a little short one. He finally grew at 19. I remember when I got married at 21, I was taller than my brother. I was 5'6", and he was little. He was always my little brother, but now he's 6'2". Lynches, we're late bloomers, okay? I started in this industry in my mid-40s, so we're late bloomers. It's okay. So I had this big thing about failing. So there's parts of my business that I procrastinated in on the techie side, on the mathematical side, because I had struggled before and I failed. And I fell down and I had to get up. I remember my grade 10 math teacher, he passed me on the condition that I didn't enter into grade 11. He passed me because he knew I needed to pass grade 10 math to graduate high school. Okay, that's how horrible back then I thought I was in math. I can balance checkbook mighty fine. I know how to make things work in the mathematical worlds now, and I'm like 99% debt free, and I love it, okay? But we have procrastination in our lives for a lot of reasons. The other reasons why I know that some of my family are procrastinators is because they actually like the adrenaline rush. They like pushing it to the limit of then getting everything all done. It's like, you know, they'll do anything but what has to get done because they think that they can get it all done, and they love that adrenaline rush. They have that little false confidence sometimes that they're going to be able to get it all done. Sometimes they get jobs done on time, sometimes they don't. The thing is because we don't always know what that task is going to take. It's bit them in the butt a few times, okay? So the thing, I want to share some tips with you. I want to share some other reasons why. So let's start from the top. So like I shared this a little bit already, we underestimate the time commitments when it comes to some of the tasks. So we procrastinate thinking that we're going to be able to get it done. And we know if we have someone call on the phone saying like, hey, I'm going to be over in half an hour, we can clean the house lickety split. Don't you believe it, sister, right? But wouldn't it be nice to like not be dripping sweat when your family and your friends arrived at the door? So, you know, I know that often we have to make sure we have a little bit more planning. And when it comes to breaking that down is we often procrastinate because we just think it's going to be too much. This is too big of a project. I've been procrastinating, to be honest. I've been procrastinating on a couple funnels within my business. And a funnel is like basically building a capture page because I want to be expanding on my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to obviously put out my company link within social retail or, you know, any of my affiliate marketing products where I'm helping and supporting other women in their beloved businesses if they're not on my team. I need to make sure I have the right capture pages so I can reach out and contact these women later. But there's steps that have to be done. Looking at the whole thing, this looks like it's a massive endeavor, and I've been putting it off for a couple weeks, but I know I have to have it done by Monday because my VA is waiting for this content so we can go to the next step within my YouTube channel. So, you know, I've been breaking it down over the last 4 days, and it's really not that hard. I was making it a big hairy deal over nothing. You know, I got the videos done, I got all the other sublinks done, I got everything uploaded and tied in, so it's like all ready to go. But I procrastinated thinking it was way too big. So I had to take it down into little bitty bites and pieces, okay? My brother, he was an amazing procrastinator. I don't know whether it's because he was a Leo, and Leos like are not usually morning people. Leos are like evening people, and he was a night owl. So, you know, if he could do anything to procrastinate it and do it later on in the evening, he would. So what we did within the family is we would give him a reward. So, you know, if you know that you are a person who's not a morning person, you know, maybe get your worst stuff done in the morning, okay? If there's something that you absolutely would prefer not to do at that time of the day, you know, give yourself a reward and get it done faster. Pick that icky stuff first and hammer it off and get it done, okay? So, you know, think about these things. So, you know, if you, instead of having a to-do list, have a success list. I actually got this from one of my girls, Christine. She lives over on the east coast of Canada. She has an amazing heart, and she is just blooming within our business. And I have to give her a big shout out because she said, Roxanne, we don't call them to-do lists, we call them success lists. So build a success list where you put your most icky job at the top so then you can hammer that off, okay? So, because I thought that was absolutely amazing. The other tip is when it comes to procrastination is one of the reasons why is we feel that we don't have a lot of self-control because some of us are control freaks, or we have this belief that people are looking up to us, that, you know, we are the leader within something, like for myself as an older sibling. So I felt sometimes I had to have so much control over the situation where truly I knew that I didn't. So if you don't have that feeling, what can you do? There's different variants of self-control. What you can control, be living in that responsive world, not the reactionary world, and take control of what you can. Ask yourself in that situation, what do I have control of? and what don't I, and then throw the don't list into the garbage, tear it up, burn it, whatever you have to do, but let go of that part where you don't have that self-control. I shared a little bit about being a procrastinator because we're worried about failing, but I know that every time that I have, I'm not going to say failed, because every time my dad says there's no such thing as a mistake in life. I love my dad. You guys know that. My dad is an amazing guy, but he would always say there's no failures within life, Roxanne. There's no mistakes within life. There is the opportunity to learn a lesson. Some of us just have to do it a few times. You know, there's some people out there that we all know, women and guys out there, that we have to learn that lesson a few times. So don't be so scared about failing. Make sure that you are sharing the lesson within your life, because it's okay to fall down. It gives us that opportunity to ground ourselves and then grow. You know, you get to rise up again and shine. Stand out and shine online. Grow and glow and share those learnings, because when you address those past fall downs and you actually share them forward, that becomes wisdom, right? Mistakes over time become wisdoms. So what are you sharing out there that are your wisdoms to your team, to your friends, and your family, all right? So, and we already touched on about being perfectionist. Just remember that, you know, if, worst case scenario when it comes to being perfectionist, if you know that this is just not going to get done the way you want it to get done, because you don't feel you either have the skill set or you don't have the time, there's no one that you can collaborate with. I have done this myself, and you outsource it. Okay, I can't clean windows as well as my mom. Okay, so there has been times in the summertime where I have outsourced all my exterior windows on the house. I bring in a woman or a guy with big ladders and use that. Okay, so maybe your other perfectionism is you don't have those skill sets. I mean, I'm only one woman, so I can only do so much. So outsource it. If there's something that you're passionate about and you know that you want that to be part of your life, then, you know, you can be aspects of it and a contributor, and it can be an extension of yourself, but outsource it. You know, maybe it's like, okay, my time is best spent doing this with you, so I'm going to outsource another task within my business, or with cleaning my house or mowing the lawn, have the kids walk the dog, have your family take care of the kids for a couple hours on a Saturday afternoon. If you're a perfectionist and you know that you need this time and energy to do this, do what you can, and then if you have to, outsource aspects so you can have that being a success. We've talked about perfectionism and being a procrastinator because you're seeing the task as one big task. And I talked about that, breaking it down into little bitty steps, little bitty bites, where you are taking this massive big project and you're breaking it into doable tasks, and maybe even scheduling that timeline. It's really hard to break a promise with yourself when you schedule it into your calendar. You know, when you put a sticky note on your computer saying, okay, before 9 o'clock I have to get this done, you know, or, you know, prior to bedtime I have to have these 5 tasks done within my business, you know, before you put your head on the pillow and prayers are said, okay? And last of all, releasing that control. So much time we spend being a procrastinator is because we can't control everything. We truly can't. The only thing we can control is what we can respond to in the most positive, uplifting, loving, cheering way that we ever possibly can. All right, and making sure that you reward yourself. If you know that you're a procrastinator, reward yourself for getting that icky stuff done first, so then you can forward down and narrowing your task on what matters most, okay? What is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck within your business and your life? Oh my gosh, say that 5 times fast. Biggest bang for your buck in your business. Haha, I said it. So anyway, this is it for tonight. I just wanted to share with some things with you and a little bit of also personal perspectives. I'm not a big procrastinator within my life or my business, but I know I had some past hang-ups that was holding me up from my daily successes and my daily wins. So if you guys can connect with any of this, by all means, share my message forward. Maybe you can add some light and love to your friends and your team. And as always, if you have more questions about what the heck social retail is, what gives me and my team and my ladies a heck of a lot of joy every day, ask me questions. You know, information is power, and women, yeah, we have to have more power, more sunshine, and more joy in our lives. All right, I'll see you guys in the sunny side of life tomorrow. Night, girls. Bye, guys.